So here's where it all happens. This is Fraternity Row.
Oh, boy, wait, isn't this something?
Yeah. I was in Hollywood once. I saw the shark from Jaws. Now, that was something.
Well, it's all magical to me. You just turn on a few lights and put up a few walls and turn on the cameras.
Sell some detergent.
He's right, Mary Lynn. It is a business, but it's show business, Wade, and talent like your wife's comes before everything else. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go find Ted Block and we'll get this audition on the road.
Wait, I'm scared. No, actually, I'm terrified. I don't know why I let Randy talk me into doing this. I can't audition for a soap opera. I'm not an actress.
Oh, well, that's okay, honey, as long as I know how you feel.
Now, you know Ted Block from the ad agency, of course.
Hi.
And this is our director, Tony Harris.
Excuse me, gentlemen, I'm sorry, but Mary Lynn doesn't want to do this.
My turn to collect for the banner, ma'am. $5.50. Would you believe that I'm here to repair the air conditioning?
Now, I thought we had decided last night.
Yeah, we did. I know that we wouldn't contact unless there was an emergency. And I went home and I made my peace with that for about 27 minutes. Then I thought about the rest of the night and plotted about how I was going to find an excuse to see you again. You forgive me?
No.
No, Cass, come on.
No, Rob. Now, this isn't about forgiveness. Now, this is about you knowing something that I don't. And now that I've got you here, you are not leaving until you tell me exactly what's going on.
You're all right, and that's all that matters.
No, I have to know who you are. I want to thank you for leading me out of my darkness.
You're coming back to me, is that enough? You're home, Steve. You're home.
Brenda? It was you all the time.
Hey, Stevie, look at you, regular Fred Astaire, huh?
Yeah, that's me, old Twinkle Toes.
Hey, Steve, what's wrong?
Nothing, Max. You know, I'm always glad to see you. It's just that I was kind of hoping Brenda would come by this morning.
Good morning, darling. What'd your wife do instead?
Yeah, come on. Are you kidding? I can't think of a better way to start my day than seeing my two favorite people.
Oh, that's better. And I can't tell you what a thrill it is to see you up and about, isn't it, Max?
Yeah, real thrill.
Yeah, I just wish you'd knocked. You know, I wanted to surprise you.
Oh, well, it's a day for surprises already. I thought you weren't coming by too much later, Gabrielle. You seem so exhausted after yesterday.
Yeah, honey, come on now. You better take care of yourself, both for your sake and for our new addition here, huh?
Don't worry, I was just on my way to see the doctor, but I wanted to stop by and make sure you're fine first.
Well, I'm feeling great. Now, if they just let me out of this place.
At the rate you're going, they aren't going to be able to hold you back. Won't it be great, Gabrielle, having Steve back home?
Yes, it will be great. But I don't want you to rush this recovery. I think you should get back into bed.
No, I'm following doctor's orders. Larry says I got to test out these legs 3 times a day. It's the only way I'm going to get my muscles back.
Yeah, well, Larry Wallach isn't a specialist when
Listen,
it
we don't
comes
want to keep you from
physiotherapy.
your appointment. What'd you say your doctor's name was?
I didn't.
Oh.
He's not here at the hospital. He's part of a doctor's group downtown.
Well, he's the best, isn't he? I mean, for our kid, nothing else will do.
Absolutely. I wouldn't do anything to jeopardize this child. It's the most important thing in my life. Besides my husband, of course. I promise I will rush back as soon as I've had my appointment, all right? I suppose you'll be gone by then, Max.
I doubt it. See, my brother and I have a lot of catching up to do. I'm sure you can understand that, can't you?
Yes, of course.
Well, hurry back, honey, okay?
I will, I promise.
Okay.
I really don't understand this. We went to a great deal of trouble and expense to arrange this audition.
I know, and we're sorry, but Marilyn, well, she's had second thoughts, that's all.
I'm sure it's just a natural case of stage fright. It happens all the time, right? Just give us a moment.
Excuse me, gentlemen, but we have a show to do and we are running behind.
Randy, if the young lady wants to back out.
She does. Okay, 1 minute, please, that's all. Mary Lynn.
Wait, just a second. Why don't we have a word or two while they're talking? You don't mind, do you?
No.
I'm sorry, Randy. I just don't think I can go through with this.
It's okay. I know. You're nervous. I wouldn't blame you if your knees were knocking, if you had goosebumps on your goosebumps.
It's a show.
Remember how you were before we shot the Angel Burger campaign?
Don't remind me.
Yeah, but you didn't give in to the fear, right? You took a deep breath. You gathered up your courage. You came through it like a pro.
Yeah, but all I had to do then was smile for the camera. This time they want me to act.
You know what Spencer Tracy said about acting? He said you look at the camera, you tell the truth. Now, you can do that, can't you?
It's easier said than done.
Yeah, for some people, right? Some men and women are afraid of what's inside them, but you're not. Look, all you need is a camera, a decent director who won't get in your way, and the chance to show what you can do, okay? Here's your camera. Here's your director. The rest is up to you.
You have an answer for everything, don't you?
Not everything. But I do think I know you, Mary Lynn. I think I have from the start. If I'm wrong, look, tell me. We'll end this thing right now.
Well, you did go to a lot of trouble. I mean, you did drive all the way here from Landview. Okay, I'll give it a shot.
A trooper. See, I knew it. All right, come on. We're gonna knock their socks off. Gentlemen, it was just a case of butterflies. She's all right now.
Are you sure, honey?
Yeah, what the heck? I mean, what have I got to lose? It certainly won't be the first time I've made a fool of myself.
Hey, that's what acting's all about, kid. Having the guts to make a fool of yourself. And the trick is, if you've got those guts, it hardly ever happens. Am I right, Tony?
All right, Ted, could we just get going, please?
Okay. Let's get this young lady into makeup. I want to do something about the hair and this dress. Well, anybody here from wardrobe? Come with me.
Wish me luck, honey.
Right on.
Good luck. Now, in the biz, we like to say, break a leg.
Same to you, pal.
Rob, all I want is a simple answer to a simple question. Now, last night, when you told me that you were still in love with me, I really wanted to believe you. But you are still with Joanna. Now, if you want out of your marriage, get out.
I keep trying to tell you, it's complicated.
What is complicated? You tell her that you're not happy and you're leaving.
I can't do that. Not yet.
Not yet, then when?
I don't know.
Oh, Rob, come on.
It's the truth, Cass. I want out of this marriage more than you can possibly know.
Then you leave. You tell her that you want out of the situation, and I will be waiting for you. But I'm telling you something. I won't be waiting forever.
I'm not asking you to.
Then what are you asking me to do?
Look, all I can tell you is that everything that I've done for you.
You married another woman for me? Please, spare me.
You want the truth? Here it is. For your safety, I tried to pretend that I didn't love you. I pretended that I wanted to marry Joanna, but that's all it was, Cass, pretense.
Wait, I am really confused now. If you were just pretending, then why did you have to take it so far? Rob, you married her.
I know what I did, and I know why I did it.
Then tell me.
I can't, and don't ask me why.
You can't tell me why. You can't tell me everything, at least not yet. Then just tell me this much, please. And where do we go from here?
You're gonna have to be just a little bit more patient. Now, when all of this started, I thought you and I were hopeless. But I don't feel that way anymore. In fact, the hope that I have for us is the thing that's keeping me going.
No, Rob, no, don't.
I know I need you, and I know you need me.
No, I don't need this torture. Now, I cannot make love to you, not when you're going home to Joanna's bed.
Forget about Joanna.
Rob, how can I forget about her? She's your wife.
She's got a ring and she's got a piece of paper, but that's all she's got.
No, that isn't all she's got. She's got a fancy title and her father's money. Maybe that's why you married her.
Oh, you know me better than that.
I really thought I knew you better than that, but then you went off to Europe and you became part of Joanna's world, and now you just can't let go of that, can you?
That's not what it's like at all.
Isn't it? You know, you want everything that the Laytons can offer you, and then you think you can waltz in here and ask me to jump into bed with you. Well, I'm sorry. You can't have it both ways. I'm not interested.
Cassie, listen to me. I don't want Joanna's money. I don't want her title. I don't want anything that she has. I want you. I love you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Just you.
You have a funny way of showing it.
Night and day, I've been working to try to get out of this marriage. But there's no point to it if you're not going to be there. If you don't want me as much as I still want you.
Do you know what you're asking?
Do you know what I'm offering? I'd die for you, Cass. Don't you know that?
Rob, I don't want you to die for me. I want you to get old with me, to have children with me and great-grandchildren, and sit on the porch and tell stories that we both know the endings to and corny jokes that we both know the punchlines to.
same thing. I want the same children. I want the same stories. I want the same lousy jokes. I want you now and forever.
God, I must be crazy, but I really want you to. Robert, where the hell are you?
Your breakfast, madam.
I don't want any breakfast. Have you seen Mr. Coronel this morning?
No, madam.
What about my father? At least you've seen him.
Lord Henry is out as well.
And Garth, don't tell me he's gone out, too.
I'm afraid so, madam. However, cook has prepared an excellent breakfast.
Oh, the hell is breakfast? Why isn't anyone here when I need them?
Enjoy, Mr. Holden. It's good to see you up again.
Thanks, nurse.
Same goes for me, Mr. Holden. Good to see you back with us.
Thanks a lot. Max, I don't get it. Now, why do I have a uniformed cop outside my door?
Just a little precaution. Nothing to worry about.
Well, you're not worried that George Vasquez is coming back, right? I mean, you said that he wasn't going to be a problem anymore.
Not in this lifetime. Listen, Steve, I didn't want to bring you back to reality right away. I just want to do it a little bit at a time.
Max, you don't have to protect me. Now, what is it with George?
He's dead. Right after he attacked you, he either killed himself or someone else sent him to that great bunkhouse in the sky.
Maybe you were right about easing me back, Max. Nothing you're saying makes any sense. I mean, first, George breaks into the bunkhouse, and then he attacks me when I walk in on him, and then he kills himself, or somebody else kills him. Don't the police have any clue as to why?
Well, if you ask me, I think the police have just about given up.
Somebody here order a wake-up call? About 3 months late?
Hey, Cord, get in here.
Well, welcome back, Mr. Holden. You know, I heard of some sleepyheads in my time, but you just about take the cake.
Yeah, well, you know, nothing much was happening around here. I was a little bored, so I decided to take a nap till it got a little more exciting.
Yeah, well, he didn't miss anything, did he, Cord?
No, not much, but we sure as hell missed you.
Well, thanks, Cord. But I'm back, thanks to the love and support of everybody around me, especially this brother of mine here.
I tell you, old Max here, he did a good job looking out after you.
Yep, and don't forget my beautiful wife.
No, can't forget Gabrielle.
Hey, Max, did you tell him? Cord, Gabrielle and I are gonna have a baby.
Well, that's great. Hey, I'm real happy for all of you.
The keeper helps, but this much...
Mary Lynn, you look sensational. Just the right touch of sophistication with the underlying innocence still there.
I kind of like her better with less makeup.
Did they put on too much? Well, if they did, then I can go back.
Relax.
Okay, Randy, we're ready to go.
All right, kid. I got you this far. The rest is up to you.
Mr. Harrison, I'm ready.
Tony, before we start, I think you ought to meet your lover.
I beg your pardon?
The young man that you're going to be doing the audition with. Carter? Mary Lynn Coleman, I'd like you to meet
Todd
Carter.
Byron. You're Todd Byron. He's Todd Byron.
No, the real name's Carter Hughes. Hi, Marilyn. Welcome to the actor's nightmare.
What he means is fraternity row. Carter, be nice.
Tony, aren't I always? Especially to the new recruits. Now, there's nothing to be nervous about. Just forget about acting. Be yourself.
That's what everybody keeps telling me.
Could we run through this, Carter? Okay. You're in the fraternity. It's Saturday night. You are alone. Your girlfriend has gotten fed up with you. Her name's Roxanne, and she's gotten tired of your two-timing because you've been seeing this majorette, the redhead. And Tiffany, that's Roxanne's sister, that's you, Mary Lynn, comes in and finds you in the throes.
It's almost harder watching than it is being up there doing it, huh?
Yeah, well, the pressure's on her. And I hope this is something that she wants to do.
Oh, no.
Who's that? She's pretty.
Yeah, one of our stars. The only one, if you ask her, that's Megan Gordon.
That's Sarah's sister.
That's trouble. That's what that is. What the hell is she doing here?
Hello, beautiful. I thought you were off today.
I'm an actress, Tony. I never take a day off.
I understand. You're checking out the competition.
What competition?
Why so quiet? That was you just now, wasn't it? Lying beside me? That was you, enjoying it as much as I did?
I loved it.
Oh, that's more like it. Cass, I can't believe how much I miss being with you. How did we ever survive for so long?
Well, some people have better survival skills than others.
You're thinking about Joanna. Cassie, I told you.
I know what you told me. And I must be crazy, but I believe you.
Cass.
Rob, just tell me one thing. Where do we go from here?
If I knew, I'd tell you. But just trust me that I'm doing everything I can to get us back together.
I do trust you. I just wish that I knew what was going to happen. If I knew what the plan was.
The less you know, the safer you'll be.
But I can't stand the thought of you being in danger.
You're the one who's going to be in danger, especially if you don't drop this investigation for Renee. I'm begging you, please, drop this investigation.
No, now, wait a minute. What do Renee's troubles have to do with you and me, and why should it put me in danger?
I don't have any proof. Call it intuition if you want to. But I'm begging you, please, just drop this investigation looking for Jake in Atlantic City.
I can't.
Why can't you? Don't tell me you've been in contact with him again.
Don't worry. I learned from my mistakes. I will not get in over my head again.
Don't ask me not to worry. I know how difficult it is for you to back off, especially when you think you're in the right. But this is bigger than clearing Renee's name. Our future depends on you allowing me to do this my way.
In other words, you're telling me to be a good girl, shut up, and stay out.
No, in other words, I'm asking you to trust me, and I'm doing the best for both of us. I better speed things up. After today, I can't wait till we're back together permanently.
Rob, I do trust you.
Then what's the trouble?
Doesn't make any sense. I mean, if George Vasquez was already killed by the time my ventilator was turned off, then who did it?
Good question. Why haven't the police found out by now?
Which is why you've got a guard outside your door.
Well, damn it, I don't want a guard outside my door. I want to know who hates me enough to want to kill me.
Yeah, well, I've thought of hundreds of things, and I even thought that... Well, let's just say I've come up with about every consideration. I don't think we'll ever know the real reason you were attacked.
Hey, the important thing is that you're still here with us, all right? Let's just keep thinking those good thoughts. You know, everybody thinks it's some kind of a miracle.
Yeah, well, maybe. If you ask me, I think that Brenda McGillis has something to do with my coming back from the coma.
Oh, I would certainly say so. She was here every day you were here. It had to help.
Yeah. Court, Max says that Brenda's staying over at Landfair. Have you seen her?
Yeah, I see her a lot. I thought for sure she would have come in to see you.
No, she hasn't. Not since right after I came back from the coma. Don't you think that's kind of weird? I mean, considering all the time she spent here?
No, not knowing Brenda. I'm sure she'd be more than willing to make sure you get enough time to reacquaint yourself with your family. That's all.
Yeah, Cord's right. Come on, she's going to check in here before you know it, then you have a chance to thank her properly.
Mind if I join the celebration?
Well, Detective Johnson, I didn't know you were in town.
Yeah, I hopped the first plane I could as soon as Rafe called me with the good news. Hello, Cord.
Hey, Detective, how are you doing? Listen, good news is right. In fact, the best.
Is somebody going to introduce me?
Oh, Steve, I'm sorry. This is Detective Dan Johnson from Arizona. He's been in charge of your case.
Steve, I can't tell you how glad I am to see you back with us.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it myself, but my brother tells me that you haven't come up with any leads on who tried to kill me.
Not yet. But now that you're awake, I'm hoping you can provide some answers.
I don't know what your brother's been telling you, but... Detective Johnson.
Hello, Mrs. Holden. Long time no see.
No one told me that you were here, Detective. Is there something wrong?
Oh, you know Detective Johnson, Gabrielle. He never gives up until he solves the case. He just came by to ask Steve some questions.
Unless, of course, you have some objection.
No, why should I? I want the same thing that everybody else does, and that's to find out who did this to Steve.
I tell you what, I'll let the detective do his job. Gabrielle, good seeing you again. And Steve, hey, welcome back.
Thanks, Cord.
Listen, I'm gonna go outside with Cord, too. Detective Johnson deserves a little time alone with you. You coming, Gabrielle?
Actually, I'd prefer to stay right by my husband.
Well, your husband insists on it.
Well, y'all, take it easy. Bye-bye.
Mixed emotions, Mrs. Holden?
I beg your pardon.
I think you must be feeling mixed emotions seeing me again. On the one hand, it means your husband's recovered. On the other, it means we have to open some old wounds.
My emotions aren't that complicated, Detective. The only thing I feel right now is joy because Steve's alive and well.
And doing better every minute, thanks to my loving wife's TLC.
Yes, I'm sure that's the best cure.
Well, since we're all in agreement, I hope you're not going to ask too many questions too soon. Steve hasn't regained all of his strength yet.
Well, honey, you don't have to coddle me. I mean, I'm sure I'm strong enough to talk to the detective. It's just that I don't know how much help I can be. You all know better about what happened to me than I do.
I wouldn't be too sure about that if I were you.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I've been doing some reading about coma patients. Often when they come out of it, they remember more than you'd think they would, even if it is submerged.
Submerged?
It's possible that you have information buried in your psyche.
Oh, what kind of information?
Quite possibly the name or even the face of the person who tried to kill you.
I know what you're thinking, Max.
Look, I'm sorry. It's none of my business. But
it seems there's a slight misunderstanding. A small matter of a child that isn't Steve's.
as I said, it's none of my business.
Cord, I made it your business when I confided in you. The fact is, I haven't told Steve yet because I was giving Gabrielle the chance to tell him.
And she hasn't done it?
No, not yet. But, she just can't bring herself to tell him that the kid's mine. She's afraid it's going to destroy him.
So what about you, Max?
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I know I hate lying to him and leading him on like this, but at the same time...
I'm real sorry, man.
What I'm sorry for, Steve. He is so happy thinking he's going to be a father. How do I tell him that Gabrielle and I... Oh, God, I don't know. Maybe I'm just protecting myself. All these months without Steve, and now to lose his love.
Man is going to be hurt, Max. Don't kid yourself about that. But he will get over it.
Will he? Will Gabrielle be right? I mean, he believes she loves her. How do I tell him it's a lie?
Oh, man, I wish I had the magic words to help you out of this one, but I just don't know what to tell you at this point, man.
They told me I could find you here. Max, I heard about your brother. You must be floating on air.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel, Rob. Listen, if you two will excuse me, I'm going to go back inside, see how things are doing.
Okay, I'll talk to you later, Max. You take it easy, right?
Yeah.
For a guy who just got his brother back, he's awfully low.
Yeah, he is, still in shock, I think. Listen, what's up? Any news? Any leads?
No, but there's something equally important I have to tell you about that. Listen, is someplace more private we can talk?
Yeah, you got a choice. The cafeteria or the nurse's station?
The nurse's station, but I can't wait.
All right, go ahead.
Dr. Ellis, call the operator. Dr. Ellis, call the operator.
Yes, ma'am. Did anybody call while I was in the shower?
No, ma'am.
Are you sure? Now, I'm expecting a very important call from a man named Jake.
I'm sure no one called, but I did find something under the sofa cushions.
I believe these are Mr. Cornell.
I was hoping so, ma'am.
I'll get it. That's probably him looking for these. I know what you're looking for, mister.
Sorry to disappoint you. Were you expecting someone else? My husband, perhaps?
What are you doing here?
I'm here to see Robert, you know, the man who wears my ring.
Now, wait a minute.
Excuse me.
Would you be good enough to tell Mr. Cornell that I'm here?
No, that's okay, Emma. I can handle uninvited visitors, especially ones as rude as her ladyship.
I see. You steal my husband, and I'm the one who's rude.
What makes you think that I would want to speak to Rob, even if he did want to see me?
Please, spare me the noble sentiments. You married him once and you divorced him, and now that he's found happiness with someone else, you want him back.
Oh, Rob has found happiness with you. That's why you're looking for him here?
Robert is a sweet and caring soul who can't resist someone as needy and pathetic as you. Now, where is he? In the other bedroom, or did you hide him in some convenient closet?
Go ahead, Joanna. If you have so much faith in the man you married, turn this place upside down. Then tell me I'm the one who's pathetic.
You know, you could learn something about sportsmanship. When you lose, pick up your chips and leave the table.
Does Rob know that's how you see him? It's something that you win at cards or the racetrack? No wonder you have such a hard time keeping tabs on him.
Robert and I are married. Now, that may not mean too much to you, but where I come from, it's a sacred vow. To put it in words you understand, there's no way in hell you're ever going to get him back.
Oh, gosh. Well, goodbye, your ladyship.
Indeed. I trust that we understand each other a bit better now.
Yes, is Mr. Cornell in yet? Well, when he does get in, will you please tell him to call Cassie? Yes, it's very important. Thank you. She's not going to give up without a fight, Rob. I just hope I can warn you before she throws the first punch.
Dr. Pickering, please report to cardiology.
Don't try to talk me out of this, Cord. We've gone as far as we can in trying to link Bo and Lord Henry. We've had lots of unanswered questions and dead ends. And I don't want to subject Cassie to any more danger, so I thought that
I think we should go to the police.
You too?
Yeah. I don't know what Bo's involvement with Tina is, but I know that there is something going on. Now, we're talking about more than Tina getting her feelings hurt here. And if Bo is as devious as we think he is, I think the girl could get herself in a lot of trouble.
All right, what do you think we should tell Rafe that we haven't already told him?
I think we should tell him everything. We should tell him about the picture we found of Bo down in Wellesley Hall. We should tell him about how he's manipulating Ace at this time. We should tell him about his relationship with Tina. We should also tell him about Lord Henry and the way he's pulling his leverage over you and Cassie. I think you put that together with that stuff he knows about Delilah's scarf.
Hold it. What's this about Delilah's scarf?
Didn't you know about this?
No.
I think he found Delilah's scarf over at Lord Henry's place at Stonecrest. I'm telling you, something is going on. Rafe's got it. He found out that this is one-of-a-kind original, right? And Delilah had packed this in her luggage when she went to New York the day she disappeared.
How'd it get to Stonecrest?
Nobody knows. Rafe is convinced that Dee Dee knows something about Delilah's disappearance, so he wants to find out what. So I think it's only fair if we tell the man everything we know.
Okay, how soon can you send up a meeting?
Well, I'll talk to him right now, and maybe we can meet him this afternoon.
Good. Cord, make sure that Rafe is the only one that knows about this meeting. Joanna's suspicious enough as it is.
Right. Take it easy.
Todd, she's a fool.
No, she's right. I'm a louse. I had the love of a good woman, and I jumped in the back seat with the first red-haired majorette who came along.
You're being too hard on yourself. And if you ask me, you only made one mistake.
Yeah? What was that?
Instead of a red-headed majorette, you should have noticed a certain blonde in your chemistry lab.
But what about your sister?
What about her?
That's it. That's good, Mary Lou, but you've got to get closer. This is no time to be subtle. You've got to let him know that you're available.
Hi. You're Megan, aren't you?
I'm sorry, no autographs today, honey.
That's all right. I can get one from Sarah.
Sarah?
This is my wife, Mary Lynn, on the set. She and I are friends of your sister, Sarah, back in Landview. But if you're too busy, I really understand.
No, wait, I'm sorry. Any friend of Sarah's is a friend of... I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
Wade. Wade Coleman.
Very nice to meet you, Wade.
Nice to meet you.
You must be very proud of your wife.
Oh, sure. I'm always proud of Mary Lynn. Except I'm just not too sure about the showbiz stuff.
Oh, I see. It wasn't your idea?
No. To be honest with you, I'm not so sure I like the idea, period. Okay, let's try it again.
Okay. Instead of a red-headed majorette, I think you should have noticed a certain blonde in your chemistry lab.
You know something? I think maybe you're right.
Mary Lynn, you're supposed to let him kiss you.
I know. I'm sorry.
1 minute. Tony, please.
Look, she doesn't want to get
She does. Please. 1 minute. 1 minute. Mary Lynn.
Is that your wife's manager?
Oh, no.
No, it's like I told you, Detective. Except for the kid that I beat out for shortstop in high school baseball, I can't think of a soul who has a grudge against me, much less wants to kill me.
I think that's enough questions for one day, don't you?
Yes, I think so. Just one more thing. You don't recall any dreams or impressions you might have had while you were in the coma?
Dreams?
I don't know how that could have anything to do with anything. He was unconscious the entire time.
Not totally. According to the doctors I've spoken to, coma patients frequently recall words, impressions that seemed like dreams while they were under.
Nope. Nope, I can't think of a one.
Well, think harder. Think about a sudden panic, a sudden fear, a feeling that somebody was trying to hurt you.
You mean like when someone turned off Steve's ventilator?
This is unbelievable. What?
No, hold on, honey. Now, let me try. I mean, we've got nothing to lose. It's all pretty much a blur. But I do remember one moment. Everything was very peaceful and very quiet. And then suddenly I wasn't alone, and I couldn't breathe.
Look, why are you making him remember all these things?
Steve, go on.
I felt like I was dying, and then, just as suddenly, the fear was gone, and I felt happy.
Happy? How so?
Well, I sensed something. No, I smelled something.
Well, what did you smell?
Well, don't laugh, but it was like a perfume, like an exotic, luscious perfume. Guess I must think that's what heaven is like, huh? Full of flowers and all.
Do you think you might recognize this fragrance if you smelled it again?
I don't know, I might.
Oh, gosh, look at the time. I told the babysitter that I would go and get Al from her.
Okay. Honey, will you bring him back here? I really miss the little guy.
Of course I will. Good.
Todd, you're being too hard on yourself. And if you ask me, you only made one mistake.
Yeah? What was that?
Instead of a red-headed majorette, you should have noticed a certain blonde in your chemistry lab.
You know something? I think maybe you're right.
Todd, if you only knew how much I want you.
But don't tell me. Show me.
And cut. Take 5, everybody. And then we'll continue the blocking of today's show.
Thanks, folks. Thanks. Brilliant, as usual, Carter and Mary Lynn. Nice work.
Nice. She was a knockout. You know it.
Randy. Come, I want to talk to you for a second.
Mr. Block hated me, didn't he?
Are you kidding? He's just trying to keep your price down. You were sensational. Not bad for a beginner, huh, Meg?
Raw, very raw.
Well, the word I'd use is natural. Something so unaffected about her, something so...
Untalented?
I sure hope you paid cash for that sports car, honey bunch. Because it looks like your character might be losing me to the new kid on the block. Talented or un.
Wait, are you sure? Now I can take the truth.
Mary Lynn, you were great. I just want you to be sure that this is something that you want to do.
Well, when we first came here, I wasn't sure. But now that I know what it feels like, I mean, that surge of electricity that goes through you when that little red light comes on. Oh, but who am I kidding? Now that I want it, I won't get it.
Miss Coleman, Mr. Block has something to say to you.
Mr. Block, before you give me the bad news, I just want to say how much I appreciate everything that you've done for me.
Bad news? I've heard a lot of reactions to the words "you're hired," but never that one.
You mean...
Congratulations, Mary Lynn, and welcome to the fabulous Fraternity Row family, sponsored by the Toilet Goods Corporation of America.
I got the part. Yes. I got the part. I got the part!
Oh, and don't worry about the contract or anything else. From now on, I'm going to make sure you get the best.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mr. Block. And Carter, thank you, too. Wait, sweetheart, isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, this is wonderful.
Where the hell have you been?
Well, thank you, darling. I hope you had a nice morning, too.
You didn't come home until 4 a.m. And then you left before I woke up. Well, I want to know why, Robert.
You know how late the club stays open. This morning, I didn't want to wake you up because I knew I had to go back there
Oh,
early.
don't lie to me. I've been calling Stars all morning. You were never there.
Oh, I see. You've been checking up on me. Well, your information is incorrect. Why don't you put a leash on me? That way you can follow my every move.
It wouldn't take a genius to work out where you've been. You're avoiding my bed, so it's obvious you've gone back to Cassie's. Well, don't you think you can come creeping back here after sleeping with that tramp?
Watch it, Joanna. You can say whatever you want about
Oh,
me, but watch
yes,
it.
I'm not allowed to say anything about your precious Cassie, that paragon of virtue, that woman beyond reproach, that pathetic little tramp.
That's enough. More than enough.
Robert, don't you walk out on me, Robert!
Looking for target practice? Try this.
Don't you make fun of me.
I'm sorry. Can't you see how foolish it is to waste yourself on a man who doesn't love you?
What do you want, Garth?
You know what I want. And one day, one way or another, I'll have you.
Oh, shut up.
Face it, your ladyship. Robert doesn't deserve you. But you and I, we definitely deserve each other.
Shut up. I said just shut up!
This fragrance that you smell, perfume, could it have belonged to one of the nurses?
Yeah, I guess it's possible.
What about Brenda? I mean, maybe you didn't smell this when the ventilator was turned off, but later when she was taking care of you.
No, I don't think so. When I came out of the coma, I remember Brenda, everything about her, even her perfume. No, I'm sure it was a different one than I remember in my dream.
If it was a dream. If it was a dream.